supporting trans people everywhere. This is Planet Maz Radio. Email thisisplannetmaz@gmail.com for more information.
And right now, here on Planet Mars, it's time for the Worldwide Trans News, where we start in the USA. The Federal Aviation Authority has released new certification procedures that will make life easier for transgender pilots. Previously, the FAA insisted on unjustifiably rigorous medical and psychological testing for trans pilots, many of whom have lost jobs or have just not worked due to the tests. The FAA have standard physical and psychological tests for commercial pilots, and trans people applying for their licenses were singled out for an expensive and unnecessary battery of extra tests. The Human Rights Campaign and the National Centre for Transgender Equality applaud the FAA for their equality measures in making the testing a level playing field. In India, in Mumbai, the government railway police have published figures for the number of people injured in railway accidents. For the first time, trans people will be included in the statistics. GRP officers have been asked to record numbers of men, women and trans people who have been involved in railway accidents. In figures so far this year, out of 4,172 incidents, 7 involved trans people, and out of these incidents, 2,007 fatalities included 6 trans people. Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, a transgender rights activist, said, "This is a very good step by the GRP administration, and that they are finally recognising us and making some documentation is appreciated. However, they should call us transgender and not eunuchs. The word eunuch is a derogatory term." In Australia, Sarah Burden is a journalism student at the University of Melbourne. She undertook work experience at the city's Herald Sun newspaper earlier this year. And while she was there, she discovered what she called a sexist, transphobic and homophobic culture. In her article published in the student newspaper Farrago, Sarah described her placement as horrific. She wrote about a meeting on her 6th day of the placement. Quote, "A senior journalist sitting across from me repeatedly made transphobic comments to a peer who was discussing a potential story on a trans person with him. His remarks included he, she, it, there has to be a photo of it, and you should put the heading as my life as a she-man or G-boy. And nobody in the newsroom reacted," unquote. Phil Gardner, the Herald Sun's editor-in-chief, complained that the paper had not been given the right to reply before publication. And here in the UK, trans person Luke Anderson won the 13th season of Big Brother UK. He did not seem to believe he would win the contest, which came down to himself against Adam Kelly. He shared his victory on stage with his wife Becky, and he said that it was great to be accepted, and added, "I don't think it's sunk in yet. A big part of it was about acceptance. All my life I've been an outsider. Thank you so much." Perhaps the £50,000 prize will help it to sink in. Right, and that's the trans news, the worldwide trans news, I should say. And we shall soon be having a look at the Planet Maz news, and that will be right after Romantic and a track entitled Mig Biten. Right, it's now time for the Planet Maz news, and what have we got to tell you? Well, next week is the 50th Planet Maz show. Well, this doesn't include the first few shows, which were just a part of Planet Maz trans people support. Things have changed a little since then, and Planet Maz Radio is now the main thrust of this support for trans people. And there is still a support side to Planet Maz, which just quietly gets on with the support and acceptance work of trans people everywhere. There won't be any parties or celebrations, just the usual stuff going on behind the scenes and here on Planet Maz Radio. Thank you to everyone that has supported Planet Maz over the last year and for your continued support. It is all very much appreciated. And just to show that trans people are ordinary people, I am starting lessons next week to play drums. And when I've conquered the drums, I will then start taking up lessons on how to play keyboards. And I don't mean the computer keyboards, I mean the actual pianos and organs and synthesizers. I can't even say synthesizers now. The synthesizers. You know what I mean, yes. Yes, the teeth are winning again. They are, yes, fine, okay. Right, I think it's time that we got a little bit boogalicious now, yes, with Kyvan. Take me up.
Every morning in the same place, feels like I'm living in a worst case scenario, and all that's keeping me together is just the beat from the stereo. Out on the street, out on the subway, I've got my kick, my bass, so don't say nothing to me, 'cause even if it is the worst day, I've got my music and I'm feeling free. So play on, so play on. Music, take me up, save me, you can save me. Music, take me up, 'cause you can save me, you can save me. Dreams in me forsaken, I see the buildings, the for sale signs dragging them down. I can't believe the turn we've taken, just question why I choose to hang around. But every time I start to falter and feel the pressure of the city life come alive, I let the music take me higher, and I know everything will be alright. So play on, play on. So play on, play on. Music, take me up, save me, you can save me. Music, take me up, 'cause you can save me, you can save me. So just don't stop, 'cause you can stay right here forever. Music, take me up, take me up, take me up, take me up, 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 up. Out on the street, out on the subway, I see the buildings, the for sale signs. Take me up, the music, take me higher, and I know everything will be alright. Music, take me up, save me, you can save me. Music, take me up, 'cause you can save me, you can save me. Music, take me up,
Kyvan there, take me up, and we're going to take you up to tell or not to tell right now. And this series is inspired by the blog post 14 Reasons Why It's Not Okay to Out a Trans Person by American Transman on americantransman.com. And this week we look at disclosing the birth name of a trans person. Well, you may think that it is fine to disclose something that is a matter of public record. Although it only takes a bit of internet searching with a bit of basic information to discover your trans friend's birth name, you don't have permission to let the world know. The vast majority of trans people have had a long and often hard journey to be the person that they should always have been. Their birth name will not suit their new lives unless they have a name like Francis that suits either gender. A lot of thought and work goes into establishing a true identity in the opposite gender. That birth name represents years of being wrong. It's history. Why live in the past when a brighter and more positive future lies ahead? My previous life is still part of me. It is the time when most of my character and personality were formed. It was, in a lot of respects, wrong. There are parts of my life that I would rather forget. History cannot be changed or denied. We can all ignore parts of our history, but those parts cannot be denied. I have long since accepted